Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. My name is Lonnie Fox Raymond and you're watching the Women's 8-Ball World Championship brought to you by ONEIDA Casino and Hotel, presented by J. Pechauer Custom Cues. We're just letting these ladies do a practice rack and they'll be lagging shortly. As soon as they do that, we'll be back with you. Thanks for tuning in. All right, here we go. Sakura Muramatsu on your left, Naomi Williams on your right. All right, so not the strongest lag from Naomi there. That's all right. Looks like Sakura will get the first break. This is an alternate break format, race to 7. These ladies are on the B side of this World Championship, so one of these ladies will be eliminated from this event. The other will be advancing forward. Take this time just to thank some of our special sponsors. Olhausen, the best in billiards, built this Tournament Pro Series table specifically for the World Championships. However you say it, they premiered it right here at this event. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. This is their first tournament with these tables. They have all already been sold. John Stitch from Midwest Promotions sold every one of these tables plus some, I do believe. But they will be available soon. We're pretty excited about that. We're happy to see Olhausen back in the women's professional arena, bringing us good quality products. All right, Sakura to break. Looks like she has broken dry. Naomi comes to the table. Naomi has quite a few, I want to say like 13 Canadian championships under her belt. She is definitely a force to be reckoned with. She's been playing pool a long time. Her and Brittany did the Pagulian Cup, where they competed against other ladies in almost like Moscone style format. And I do think they were victorious. I do believe they were the winners over the Quebec team. All right, so she's opting to go for stripes first. Must be in. She feels as though these are a little better suits. She came up a little short getting to her second shot. Doesn't have a ton. All right, so she's in a little bit of a spot here. I want to say shout out to Tanya with Midwest Promotions. She just brought me a coffee. So if you guys know John and Tanya, they're the best in the business, but she's amazing. She definitely is my favorite of the two. All right, so she tried to play kind of like a safety play. I don't think she quite got her. I think she may have just the edge of this 5. Not 1,000% sure. She may also have the roll in on the 2. The camera view can be a little deceiving at times. All right, so she's looking at the 5, so she must have just the edge of it. She can swerve around the edge of the 9. Well done. So a lot of the ladies have started playing a little bit more of the hay ball and things. So some of the players from the Asian continents are starting to get more versed with 8-ball, but up until then, a lot of them have not played a lot of 8-ball unless they've been in the States. But I know like Canada, there's a lot of 8-ball that gets played there, and so some of the Canadian players may be a little more comfortable with 8-ball patterning. We'll see how it goes. I know the Euro Tour has an 8-ball. I do believe they have 8-ball championships. I think Jasmine and Pia might have won the last couple 8-ball championships over on the Euro. But in the U.S., we play quite a bit of 8-ball, although we typically play it on a 7-foot table. We're seeing a lot more of 8-ball being played on 7-foot tables with the Ultimate Pool Series. Different format, of course, but still 8-ball. All right, well played on the 7-ball by Sakura. She's got to make a decision here. I think she has the edge enough of the pink 4 to make it, but I just don't know that she feels positionally that it's the right way to go. Now, the pink 4 may go in the lower left-hand corner, so she technically could play the 2 first. She may not have all of it. That's tough. That's all right, though. She's still got options here. Yeah. As long as she didn't fall straight on this pink 4, she's sitting really well to slide down table for the 6 in the side, or even draw it back for the 6 in the top left corner. The problem in this particular pattern is that the 8-ball only seems to go in this lower right-hand corner. So we'll see if she's going to draw it back and take the cut on the 6 to the top left. She is. She needs it off the rail. She might be a little off on this. We'll see. Camera views can be deceiving. She's trying to draw underneath it. And she's come up short. She would have liked to have played that in the left-hand side. She's still going to. Now, the 9 ball definitely stops the cue ball from being a problem as far as scratching is concerned, but this is a steep cut into the left-hand side. Oh my goodness, how does that not fall? How does that ball not fall? That's insane. It's so far in the pocket. You guys can see how deep it is. All right, so Naomi's got real opportunity here to take back a rack. The one thing I do like about Naomi's style of play is that she does move the cue ball. She moves that baby around. She's not worried about that at all. I think she might have been shooting with her break cue. Ooh. All right, so she's forced to play the 12 here. All right, well done. She's going to touch that 15 once again. She did pretty good to avoid the 8 ball, so that's good. All right, so she's going to play the 15 next. This is all ball fouls. She's got to be careful, mindful of cueing. She cannot touch the 11. All right, well done. Stop shot here. Doesn't need to do anything fancy. Lead ball to the side pocket. I think I'm just stating the obvious there. All right, score 1-0, Naomi Williams. Real quick, let's check the scores going on throughout the room, folks. If you're watching currently on Billiard TV or Amazon Prime, you can always jump over to WPBA Billiards. We have access to 4 tables, 2 feature tables with commentary and 2 tables without commentary. But you can follow Digital Pool and check out all the brackets. Elise Q and Olivia Chang 6-5. I'm curious as though there was some clapping in the crowd. I think maybe Lena Primus just defeated Sarah Miller. All right, so Sarah Miller has made an early exit. Kiba Raglu is 4-1 over Yen V. Brianna Miller is currently up 3-1 over Duddy. Kaylee McIntosh is 1-0 over Janet Atwell in the feature arena. Angela Janik and Tina Larson are sitting at 1s, as well as Mina Tani and Claudia Van Roer. Let's go back to our feature match right here on table 2. Naomi Williams versus Sakura Muramatsu. right, Naomi Williams to break. Please, too, if you're not already a current subscriber to WPBA Billiards on YouTube, please take just a second to do that. And all your social medias, follow the X Pool. They are the best producers on the planet. Kind of, sort of. All right, so the Ginger Wizard, Sean Denny, one of the producers of X Pool, just stepped in the booth. I might have given him props when I seen him come in. What's up? Hold on. All right, guys, I've been called over to table 1. So the Ginger Wizard's going to take over right here for me on table 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to WPBA Billiards on YouTube as well as X Pool. They also have a YouTube channel. And you guys enjoy the rest of the show, and I'll see you shortly.
Alright guys, welcome back. Let's see here. Looks like Naomi's on a nice run out here. She's on the solids. It's a tester of a shot right here on the 6. She's knocked it down nice though. It came with natural shape for the 2. But even better, it's given her a shot on the 4, which is really the only trouble ball she had left. The 4 kind of carries natural shape on the 2 if you just introduce a little bit of bottom on it, just to kind of drag it out. That way you don't risk running into the 8. Or you can play it with top like she is and go between the 2. Alright, so from here, she's going to have to play this 2 ball with top and play short side on the 7. The only thing is you have to make sure you don't hit the 14. Even if you do, it's not the worst thing in the world because the 7 does go on the side. She might even introduce a touch of inside English on it to help spin it off the top rail. Or she might just be floating it in. It's kind of a preference shot. She wanted to let her stroke out. See the inside really take there. She's gotten almost perfect on it. A little bit further to the right would have been great because then she'd be going towards the middle of the table. But she still should be great. Right. So she took her medicine. She didn't want to mess with popping it out or anything like that, cheating the pocket. She said, I'm okay with shooting a ball off the rail. She's already up 1-0 over Sakura. I know I'm coming in late, so I'm not sure the order of break. But I do know one thing, Naomi is up 2-0. Alright, guys, where's everybody watching from today? I see we've got a couple hundred people watching this stream. I know we've got 4 going, but curious to see where everybody's at. While you all are typing all of that information out, Sakura Muramatsu is up at the table to break for rack number 3, trailing 2-0. And the one ball might have a chance, but I don't know if it's quite going to get there. Other than that, it's going to be a dry break. There's a couple problem balls. The 2 and the 14 are a little bit tied up. Pamela, nice. I'm originally from Oklahoma City, from a suburb just southwest of it. Moved to Louisville about 7 years ago for work, and been there ever since. Alright, looks like she's going to play the 1. Andre, nice. I've been to New Zealand twice. I was a rugby referee. I've been to Auckland 2 times, once in 2016 and again in 2019, right before COVID. My now wife blames COVID on me for traveling. It was like 2 weeks before the initial outbreak. Good times. Michelle tuning in from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I don't quite think she wanted to roll that far. I think she was playing for the 3 next. And I think that's what she's still calling. Alright. Oh, that was a good attempt. She needed to hit it a little bit fuller to try and get the breakout. She's actually got another swing here if she wants to. There's the 12 ball that she can cut, and she can actually go up into the 14. Just kind of has to drag it ever so slightly to miss the 7. It's a little bit awkward bridging over the 15. She straightened it up too much. It's really unfortunate. She's looking back trying to figure out how she did it. Alright, so Naomi with ball in hand here. I know exactly what she's going for. She's going to play the 7 and she's going to try and run into the 14 and the 2 to try and wedge him loose. Oh, she's going to take the 6 first. Can't say I blame her. The 6 was a little bit of a trouble ball. It did have pockets that would go to, but getting shape on those was going to be a little bit difficult. She elected to take it first, knowing that she was going to get the right angle to go into the 7, or go at the 7 and into the 14 and the 2. She's going to have to put a nice solid stroke on this to make sure that she comes out of the traffic, as she does not have any other balls on this side of the table. And the 2 ball's likely to be traveling. Yeah. Alright. She's got the 4 ball on the side. It laid up kind of nice. You just kind of roll this in at pocket speed. You don't want to hit it too hard. Good shot there by Naomi. Now I think she's got the correct angle to just come straight back up for the 2. I don't think she really has to do a whole lot. If she was a little flatter on it, I'd say she could put a little bit of high inside or left ball on it to get the 2 to travel, or to get the cue ball to travel 2 rails around the backside of the 2. She's looking at playing the 2 ball all the way down. Alright, she's come up a little bit short on that, but she's got a nice angle on the 2 and the side. She might even be able to stun down on the bottom, or towards the middle of the table on the right side of the 8 ball for the 8 down here in the bottom left hand corner pocket. Or she can always just roll forward. Nice shot there. She elected to cut it all the way down the table. I don't blame her. The pocket plays bigger from that angle. Anytime you have a shot like that into the side and you try and punch it, it makes the pocket play a lot smaller and tighter than it actually is. And just like that, Naomi's going to take a 3-0 lead. I think Sakura Muramatsu is going to take a quick player break. It's going to be a 5-minute break, up to 5 minutes. And we are going to do the same. I shall be right back. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll be back with you in a moment. Alright, I got to stretch my legs for a second. I am back. And while the players are taking this quick break, I'm going to take a minute to tell you about one of our sponsors here for the inaugural Women's World 8-Ball Championship. Fort Worth Billiards Superstore has been in business since 1952 and has been a premier destination for game room and entertainment. As one of the oldest independently owned billiard retailers in Texas, the company is known for its unmatched product knowledge, top-tier customer service, and a deep-rooted passion for the game. From premium pool tables and shuffleboards to arcade games, pinball machines, air hockey, foosball, and more, Fort Worth Billiards offers everything needed to create the ultimate space for your dream game room. With over 75 years of combined experience, the knowledgeable team is dedicated to helping customers bring their game room visions to life. Fort Worth Billiards Superstore is more than just billiards. It's where fun, quality, and experience come together under one roof. Super grateful to have Fort Worth Billiards on as one of the sponsors for this event. They've done so much for the game of billiards in general. You almost can't watch a match or see a stream without seeing something about Fort Worth Billiards. If that tells you anything about the kind of company that they are, they support junior and professional players alike. Can't say enough good about them. Alright. I'm going to check out some scores from around the room. Brianna Miller currently up 5-1 over Emily Duddy. Kaylee McIntosh and Jana Atwell are playing on our other featured table in the Schuler-Bauer Arena. Kaylee is currently up 2-0 over Janet. Angela Janik and Tina Larson are playing on table 7, which is not one of our stream tables, but it is being recorded. Every single table and match is being recorded, if not streamed. It will be released in the YouTube archives at some point. Angela is currently up 2-1 over Tina. Everyone's favorite WPBA commentator plays at 8 o'clock. She does play the winner of Brianna Miller and Emily Duddy. Let's see some of our winner side matchups for tomorrow. We've got Jordan Helfrey as the last American standing in the winner's bracket. Talk about upcoming talent. You can't talk about junior women's players without bringing up Jordan Helfrey. Cheshka and Anna are going to be playing as well tomorrow. I believe Cheshka is the only Filipino player in the field. Kelly Fisher and Christina Zlateva will be on I would assume one of the featured tables. That should be an exciting match. Alright. Naomi has broke, and I do not believe anything has dropped. The referee will be taking the template rack off if he can maneuver it without disturbing any of the object balls sitting around it. Alright. Sakura's got a couple different options. It depends on which one she likes. If she likes solids, she can use the 1 ball as an opening shot. If she likes stripes, the 11 ball's sitting right there. The problem is she's so close to her work that punching out and getting shape's a little tough with how straight in she is. Looks like that's the ball she's electing to shoot. Oh no, she's back cutting the 4. Beautiful shot. Took care of the problem ball, which was the 6. She's come away with a shot on the 5. It's albeit not the easiest shot, but it is makeable. It's a little bit of a back cut, but not too terribly much. Alright, useful shot there. She always had the 3 as a bailout ball on this side of the table. She can use the 3 to get just about anywhere she wants to on the table. I assume that she is going to use the 6 ball as her last ball before the 8 ball, take care of all of her object balls up here on this side of the table. I do believe the 2 also passes in that top left-hand corner. And judging by the way she shot that, it sure does. I do want to apologize for everyone viewing earlier. We were having a camera difficulty, but we got it worked out. As you can see, it is not glitching anymore, so thank you everyone for being patient with us on that. The X-Pool team has been hard at work trying to make sure that the viewing experience is as top-notch as it can be. Alright, she's got a little bit of work to do here just to get above the 7. Shouldn't be a problem. Alright, you should see her cut this 7 in and go back and forth across the table. Unless she's able to just kind of float it in. At this angle she might be able to, but sometimes it's easier to miss a shot whenever you are not putting a full stroke on it. Yep, there it goes. She's going to go all the way across. And it's not exactly where she wanted to be, but the good news is if she can get down here in this bottom right hand corner, the 8 ball does go in the top left hand corner and the left side pocket. So she's a little bit out of line, but she should be able to recover here. Oh, she was just able to hold it. It's a touchy and risky shot. Got to make sure that you make the ball. And she's done just that. The side pocket scratch does not look like it is in play. Shouldn't have any issues flirting with that. Just got to bear down and make the ball and get on the board. Beautiful shot there by Sakura Muramatsu. The score is now 3-1. Saw the referee up there adjusting the score for them. All right. Fresh off of her first win in this match, Sakura Muramatsu. It's a break in game number 5. I have noticed that a lot of the players from the Asian region or continent are using an open bridge, as to where I've seen a lot of the American players using a closed bridge. Has everything to do with a different style of play and different feel. There's not really any issues for the stripes. She's able to pocket the 15 right now. Kind of swing out 2 rails. That would be ideal, but it is a bit of a stretch. Alright. She is electing to elevate over the 15 and shoot at the 12. We are playing all ball foul, so the referee will be watching closely to make sure that she does not contact the 15 with her playing cue. She's done really well there. Anytime you introduce elevation into a shot, mechanics sometimes go out the window. I have noticed that obviously we have some of the top women in the world here, and their mechanics are pretty sound. Alright, she's looking at where she wants to be for her next shot. She fell at kind of an awkward angle. The angle's taking her away from all of her work. She's spinning the cue ball around. No, she's going to play for the 14, it looks like. Or she might have a window on the 13 if she does. Excellent speed control. Beautiful shot there. She's looking to make sure that the 8 ball goes in that top left-hand corner pocket. If it is above the 3, it definitely goes, but it might not be. If it doesn't, she might try and find a way to draw into the 3 because the 3 will stop the cue ball. As long as she hits it on the bottom side, it will knock the 8 loose and it will give her shape on the 10. If not, if she can't draw off the 14, then she's going to go into it right here, trying to hit the 8 full. She's missed it, and I don't know if she can make this 14 ball. Alright, she's elected to just bunt the ball up on the rail and leave her opponent as close to the end rail as possible. Naomi has returned the favor, electing to just move her 2 ball up table and leave Sakura on the right side of the table with the 8 and the 3 blocking her 14. She might be able to see the bottom of this ball, but I don't think she can see enough of it to bank it. That's about as good as you can ask for. Good speed control, leaving her opponent on the rail. So with the 8 not going in that top left-hand corner pocket, that tells me that the 3 probably does. Naomi's just going to hit. Oh. So she was trying to cross over the face of the 1 and leave the cue ball tucked underneath the 2. But with the double kiss that ensued, Sakura's got a really nice kick opportunity here. Nobody ever wants to be kicking, but you'd rather be kicking 1 rail with a flat angle than multiple rails having to bend the cue ball. doesn't want the 6 ball to go into that pile, but it has. Sakura with a really good opportunity here. I don't know if I would jump at this, but I would definitely kick at it 2 rails, trying to kick it into the top left-hand corner or anywhere near it. It is tough to judge speed on kicks, but anything remotely pocket speed and towards that corner would be ideal. Just need to make sure that the 14 gets a rail. That's the only problem. You do not want to give ball in hand here. Ooh, she's missed it. Luckily for Sakura, the 6 and the 3 are both tied up with the 8 ball. If there was a time to give ball in hand, this might be the only time. She is going to play this 4 ball into the bottom left-hand corner, and she's going to put a good stroke on it to try and get those busted out. She's only got 1, but with where she's ended up, if she cuts this 6 ball in and stays underneath the 3 and 8 and goes towards the middle of the table, she can play the 3 in the top left corner. The way that she played that tells me that the 3 does go in this bottom right corner. That is what she's eyeing up right now. Either that, or she can play a safe and just nudge the 3 loose, play a stop shot, and get the cue ball on the backside of the 8. It did go. It looked like she might have been trying to hit the 1 there. She has come out okay. She has a shot on both the 5 and the 7. That was a very dangerous play. Trying to hit the top side of the 1. You can always scratch off the back side of it. She is eyeing up this cut on the 7. I do believe she is a favorite to make it. She's not where she wanted to be, but I think she'll be okay. All right. Naomi's gotten kind of funny here. She can take on this cut on the 1 and end up anywhere in the middle of the table with a shot. But if she chooses to play the 5, drawing out of it is very dangerous. The side pocket is in play. With her being a right-handed shooter, I do like this shot more. Just have to bear down and make it. Oh no. Thought she might just play that with a little bit of top to try and kill it off of that first rail. I think she introduced a little bit of outside to it. All right, Sakura with a really nice opportunity here to steal a game. Nice little position shot off the 14 with a straight in 8 ball to go down, go into the next rack, only down 3-2. And there it is. All right, let's see if Naomi can get back on track. She went from up 3-0 to a tighter match of only up 3-2. She's really putting a lot of power into the break as well. Sakura Muramatsu with a chance to level the playing field. I do like the choice of going for solids here. She's gotten in the one spot on the table that's a little bit funny. She has a good cut on the 3. She can also take the 2. But the 2 bailout balls up in the top left corner pocket, neither one of them is available. She is trying to take care of all of the work on this side of the table before she moves to the top side, as is a normal strategy in the game of 8 ball. Beautiful shot there. Really nice speed control. She still does have the 2 if she wants it, or she can play the 6 or the 5. The 1 may even go in the side pocket, past the 9 and the 13. Just like that, beautiful shot. I do believe we're going to see her draw this cue ball off the 2 down for the 4. The one thing you don't want to do is make contact with the 4. Alright, she chose to take the 6 first. Alright, she's going to use the 4 ball last to get on the 8. She's going to try and get a flatter angle on it. That way she can play the cue ball 2 rails out to the middle left side of this table and play the 8 ball in the pocket where the 10 is leaning towards. Alright, this is not a difficult shot, but it is an easy shot to overlook when you introduce inside English on it. Is she just going to draw off of it? I can't say I blame her. Used all of the pocket there. Really nice pattern and run out there by Sakura Muramatsu. And the score is level at 3 apiece. I will be right back, guys. I'm just going to step away for one quick second and go check on something. So I will see you guys in just one moment. Alright guys, looks like I made it back just in time for the break. Sakura Muramatsu has won the last 3. She's looking to make it 4. Needs to drop a ball on the break though. Alright, let's see what we can see. So the 2 and the 15 are tied up, the 5 and the 11 are tied up, and the 1 and the 10 are tied up. So there's a lot of problems to navigate through in this rack. I do think that I like solids. Stripes aren't bad either, but I do think solids make a little bit more sense. She's going to use the 3 right here to try and break the 5 loose. She's done just that. The question is, has she come away with a shot? I don't think the 6 is blocking the entire side pocket, but I do think it does have a little bit of it with where the 5 is in relation to it. Yeah, I didn't think that she could see enough of that ball to make it. Now the question is, how does Sakura navigate this rack? I think she can actually play the 9 ball right now and drag it over into the 2 and the 15 to break those 2 out. The biggest issue is I don't know how she's going to break out the 10. Oh, she's missed the 2. She was just trying to nudge it loose. Alright, looks like she's going to play the 11 and draw back. And actually, she's got a nice safety here if she wants to play it. If she can find a way to get ball in hand, the 10 does go in the right side pocket. Then you just have to worry about the 2 and the 15. Alright, she's nudged it. I do think if she gets the right angle, she can cut it down here in the bottom left-hand corner. And depending on the angle she has now, she might be able to play the 14 and come down and run in to the 2 and 15. That's twice we've seen her do that. But luckily for her, there are still problems for Naomi. Alright, it looks like Naomi's going to try and shake the 2 loose with this shot right here with a little bit of force follow. She's done just that. She actually might have the perfect angle to punch draw this ball into the 1 and the 10 off the 7. She may not even need to put any draw on it. She's looking at being short side on it. I don't know if that's necessary, but we will find out. We'll know a lot more whenever she gets down to shoot the ball. How she attacks it will tell us everything we need to know. What kind of angle she had and everything in between. Great shot. A little unfortunate to be right next to the one, but I think she can cue over the entire ball to shoot the two. Man, this chat is not as active as it was or as I remember whenever the WPBA was in Louisville running their event. I'm not used to this. Alright, she's done well there. I believe from here the pattern's going to be 5, 1, 6, and 8. Scott, you do have a point. I heard that I did hear that it turned into a bit of a drinking game every time somebody mentioned the fact that we were using Aramith blacks. It was kind of comical. Y'all were definitely just using water though. Surely nothing else. Maybe that's a little bit better. Is the volume a little bit better there? Well, hopefully the adjustment I just made will take care of that. Scott, it is really sad because they are a really good set of balls. They are just not ideal for TV tables. For rotation, they're perfectly fine, but for 8-ball, they're not an ideal set for when it comes to streaming. When it comes to playing, I do personally like the contrast of the Aramith Blacks as opposed to the Aramith Pro Cup. But for production and streaming purposes, I do agree with you that the Pro Cup are the way to go. Alright, looks like she's going to try and draw into this 12. Probably trying to hit it really full. Oh, she ended up going into the 8. Just like that, Naomi takes the lead back at 4-3 over Sakura Muramatsu. Is the volume a little bit better, guys? I'm trying to keep that happy medium where I'm not screaming at y'all, but I'm also not too quiet. I actually really do like the Dinospheres. Aramiths are definitely my favorite, but Dinosphere makes a good ball. I'm partially colorblind, so being used to Aramiths like I am, because in my opinion they're the best balls on the market, switching from set to set really can mess with me. Sorry guys, Lonnie's table was on a break, so she popped in to see how this match was going. Alright, I will turn it up just a tad bit more, but I can't go very much more. Just for the sheer fact that I'm already maxing out the yellow. That's about as high as I can go. So I hope that works out. Hopefully you can turn your TV down to 40. If not, just turn it back up to 70 and make a... Oh, that's going to be a foul. We are playing all ball fouls. I think that's the first time I have personally seen that rule come into play in this tournament. Most of the ladies have been really good about avoiding that. But yeah, if this isn't loud enough, just turn the TV back up to like 70 or 80 and annoy your neighbors with the sound of my voice. That sounds good to me. Alright, Sakura here with a real nice opportunity to level the score back up. Let's see if she can capitalize on the mistake by Naomi. Just looking to drag this ball out a little bit. Perfect. Alright, glad it's starting to sound good. That is one of the, not issues, but one of the struggles that we run into whenever we have people jumping from booth to booth, trying to rotate around. That way we get a change of scenery, because if we stay in one spot stationary, it does get tiresome on anybody. But we have to readjust volume every single time whenever somebody goes from one booth to the other, because nobody talks at the same decibel range or volume as another person. And I tend to be on the quieter side, so I really have to turn my mic up. Alright, looks like she's got a nice shot here on the 10. If that 12 passes the 5, she's going to just kind of pinch draw this ball back. Judging by the way she's cueing on it. don't know if it does. Looks like she's maybe going forward. Nope, okay. She's traveled a little bit far over to be shooting the 12. She might be able to draw straight back off of the 11. Or she can do the same kind of pinch draw shot off of this 13 ball up into the top right corner pocket. She might even try and get below the 12 to play it in the side pocket on the right. Nope. Very nice touch there. Alright, I think she is going to try and play for the 12 on the side. Great speed control there. Now we're going to find out if the 8 ball passes into the bottom right hand corner. If it doesn't, she's likely to follow this 12 ball up and take a longer cut to the bottom left hand corner on the 8. But she's putting a draw stroke on it, so it either goes or she's trying to get below it. Beautiful shot, great speed, great control. Sakura 1 8 ball away from leveling the score at 4. Started out this match with Naomi going up 3-0. Sakura making a little bit of a run to even the score at 3. And now they've just been trading back and forth. Great out and great control by Sakura. Alright, nice solid hit. I still don't think she's made anything. She's left a little bit of a cluster right around where the rack is. If the 7 ball goes in this bottom left-hand corner, I do believe that solids are the play. Because I do believe that if you move the 7, the 4 does go in the bottom right-hand corner. You do have a nice opener on solids, and you also have a bailout ball in the 5 hanging in the top left corner. I think that's exactly what you're going to see Naomi do. Nice easy shot here on the 6. Try and pull over for the 1 next. If she really wants to, she can kind of cheat this side pocket a little bit with the 3 and try and draw into the 11. As long as you hit the 11 somewhat full, you will have a shot on the 2 regardless. The only problem is you could end up pushing the 4 into the 8 and the 9. Oh, wow. Just caught it a little too thin. But we are about to find out if this 7 ball goes. I do not believe it does. She hasn't even looked at it. I like that shot. Nice little layup. Using the 7 to block the bottom left-hand corner, knowing that the top left-hand corner is already blocked by your 5. Sakura with a pretty nice shot here to open up her inning. May or may not see her yank this ball down to the other end of the table. Nice shot there. Not only did she pocket her ball, but she made a ball that was blocking the pocket for one of hers. Unfortunately for her, I think she's going to have to go ahead and shoot that ball. She might even be eyeing up playing this 15 off the rail into the 7 as thin as she can to try and put the 15 in front of the pocket. Don't hate that shot, but instead she's going to shoot at the 10. This is not an easy shot, especially whenever you are elevating. What control. Gives herself a little head nod there. Looks like she's called the 9 in the corner where the 7 is. This ball does go. You do have to cheat the pocket towards the bottom end of the table. I think it'll go clean, but that is not a bad result at all. She has left a shot on the 1, but the 7 does not have a pocket.
See her back at one of our WPBA events in the future. 6 more tables are still in play.
was a good effort there by Sakura. She does have work to do. She has to figure out a way to get in between the 15 and the 7. I have a feeling Naomi has a good layout here. I think we'll see her play the 2 first. She might draw off of it. Depending on the angle, I like going forward, but I'm not the one at the table. Yeah, that was always going to be the tricky part. I'm not sure if the 4 goes, and I think she's overrun position for the 7. Her only option could be a back cut on the 1 in the side. And she is not guaranteed to walk away from that with a shot. I think she will, but there is a little bit of trouble with the pink 12. She could also run into the 4. She's elevating to make sure that that doesn't happen. It is a little bit awkward. She is closer to the rail. That shot was always going to be dangerous. She flirted with the scratch, which would have been disastrous. Sakura is already bringing the jump cue over just in case. She's got 2 jumpable balls. The 14 is the easier of the 2. She is going to have to find a way to get back on the 15. It does look like she's going to take on the jump for the 14. That could prove to be a costly mistake. She did get unfortunate with the fact that she was snookered in the pocket on 2 of the 4 balls. The only option I thought she might have is trying for a very tough cut shot on the 12 in the side. Very touchy, and you have to be almost perfect with your speed. She did not want to be straight on this. I think she has a little bit of angle to where she can float up above it.
We have another match going on table number 6. This is going to be another 6 o'clock round. They're going to start a few minutes early. Right on the USA, it's Joanne Nixon Parker against Monte Rapero from Spain. That was table 6.
All right. She has a back cut on this 8 ball to win the rack and go up 5-4 over Sakura Muramatsu.
Let's give it up for Janet Atwell.
Nice shot there by Miss Naomi Williams. Takes the lead. She is also going to take her break. While she does that, I am going to do the same. To the 305 people watching the stream. I do appreciate you guys. I will be right back with you in about 3 to 5 minutes. Thank you. Alright guys, I'm back. It looks like Naomi is broke, but it has come up dry as Sakura is standing at the table. Oh, she scratched on the break. I just stepped back in, so I did miss the break. Alright, looks like she's dissecting the rack very nicely. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, she's going to be slightly elevated, shooting at this 4-ball over the 8. And the 14. I expect her to just kind of roll this ball in. Oh, wow. She came all the way over for the 1-ball next. That is her only problem ball left in the rack. Let's see if she can figure it out the rest of the way. just has to bear down and make this shot on the 5. She did end up falling a little bit straight on that one. Any kind of angle would have been nice, but instead she just took her medicine. Taking a little bit tougher of a shot on the 5. As long as you make it, it almost comes with natural shape for the 7. A little bit of an unlucky nudge on the 13. Would have preferred to just play it cleanly off the rail. Instead, now she's going to have to shoot into a little bit of a blind pocket, a little bit of a back cut. I don't believe it was intended to be a shark move. It was Naomi checking with the tournament director about something.
Ladies and gents, we're going to kick off table number 1. Prime match from Taipei is Miss Weiwei Su Chen versus Ilu Kubaroglu from Turkey.
Alright, I think she's playing this ball cross corner if she can see enough of it, and she couldn't. Alright, her real only shot here is on the 10. She could shoot the 11, but she would be elevated over the 9. Naomi looking for a clearance to get on the hill. Does have a little bit of trouble with the 13. Do have to get really good on it. I do believe that the 8 ball is pocketable down here in the bottom right hand corner.
And we're going to kick off table number 5 as well. Adriana Villar against Savannah Easton.
Naomi's going to play this 10 ball all the way up the table, I think. Oh, no, into this. Oh, she's missed it. She has left it well, though. Sakura's probably going to be breaking out the jump cue if I had to guess. The last time that she used this cue, she did miscue. Let's see if that's still in the back of her mind. Oh no. All right. No issues here for Naomi, just has to play tic-tac-toe around the table. wow. I do believe she can still shoot the 11. I don't think she's welded to the 8. She may or may not be. If she is, though, and cannot see the 11, this is going to be a very tough test. I'll tell you what, if she can bury this ball, I'll agree with you guys that she's out, but if not, this is very awkward. There's not a whole lot of space. I do believe that she can see this ball. It's just a matter of how much of it she can, and if not, I know she can kick at the back side of it, which is getting tree-topped on a tic-tac-toe is not the move. I would have to agree with you. Is she trying to bank this? Maybe in the corner. It's too wide to, yeah. Good shot there by Naomi. Checking to make sure that the 15 goes by the 8. We're about to find out if it does. Alright, Sakura's going to try and cut this ball. I do not believe it's on the rail. Alright. She has missed the ball, but she's left Naomi on the end rail, almost dead straight in. And the 9 ball is taking up half of the pocket. do believe that the 8-ball's sitting out enough for this 15 to go behind it. It is relatively tough, though, to get shape on the 9. I wouldn't blame her for shooting the 9 first. But I do think that this is the right shot. She's just overcooked it a little bit. She's definitely in a tough spot now. She has to cut this ball all the way down the rail. Not necessarily on the rail, but all the way down the length of the table. It's about a 7-foot cut shot. She's hit it beautiful. And she is going to be the first one on the hill. Naomi Williams up 6-4 over Sakura Muramatsu. All right, Sakura Muramatsu breaking down 6-4. Both players have been struggling to make a ball on the break. Neither one with much luck. Well, the only real opening shot that Naomi has here is stripes, and I actually do kind of like the way stripes lay out, except for the pink 12. Oh no. She looked like she got down on that shot and shot it rather quickly. Didn't really take the time that she needed to. Sakura was playing for the 14 next, I do believe. She's overran it. I think she is going to be okay. Honestly, she's got a really nice angle right here to use the 13 to go into the 12. Guys, if you are wondering about previous matches, the entire bracket is on digital pool. Oh no. I do believe Sakura does have a shot on the 10 here. But I know for a fact that she was wanting to play the 14 next.
Just like that, we have a winner over on table number 4. Let's give it up for Naomi. Keep going for Claudia Valro.
It's just not getting very much better for Sakura. Her demeanor has definitely changed at the table. She's looking to see if that 12 goes in the side, and it does not. She can play the cross side on the 9 if she wants to. It does go. She might be trying to play this 9 ball off of the 4 as well. All right, Naomi coming to the table with a chance to close it out.
We have 2 more matches kicked off on 3 and 4. Players are in the arena, they're getting their stuff together. Over here on table number 4 from the U.S., Kennedy Myman. And her opponent, Elise Q from the Netherlands. Across the aisle from them, Veronique Bernard from Canada versus Carolyn Powell from USA.
Luke, let's remember to be respectful. These players do not have to play on streams, and this is a world championship, if you don't mind. Very prestigious event. We didn't have to have it, but we were lucky enough to make it happen. A tournament like this does bring out the best competition from all around the world. Thank you, Mike. I really do appreciate that. Try to talk as clear and concise as I can. I am from Oklahoma, so occasionally the draw does come out. I try to keep it tucked away whenever I'm on a mic, but 'tis my nature sometimes. It's always a joy being in the commentary booth. It's one of my favorite things to do. I don't get to do it as much anymore being an employee for X-Pool. I mainly run production. We normally have a lot of big money matches like the Shane and Federer match that we just had. We normally bring in top-notch commentators for that, and I get to stay tucked away in my booth, making sure cameras and camera angles, graphics and whatnot are good to go. Alright, Sakura here with a makeable shot, I do believe. I think she's at the right angle to make this 12 ball. It does carry natural position for the 8 to pull within one game of the hill. Torture, that would be correct. That is me. I do stay up at Derby 24/7. I live 20 minutes away from the hotel, maybe 25 if traffic's a little bit on the rougher side. And I still get a hotel room because I know I'm going to be there for 20 hours a day at least. DT, I do appreciate the compliment on the commentary. I do try my hardest. I am glad that y'all are enjoying it. I did hear that we might have a celebrity guest commentator coming in at some point throughout this week. I've heard that the Iceman will be in the building, Mr. Mika Immonen. Alright, Naomi's pocketed a couple balls, and it looks like she has a really good starter on the stripes. I do like the way that they laid out. They're all on this side of the table. Got a couple different ways to play this pattern. I do believe all of them start with shooting the 15 in the side. Being on the rail, I do believe you're going to drop down for the 9 next. You might even come one rail off the long left rail for the 14, depending on the angle. This is another one of those where it's always better to overhit it than underhit it. As long as the angle is not leading to the scratch, you should be good. I do not like slow rolling the ball. Yeah, that's almost as good as it gets. I don't think she meant to hit the 14, but I think it ended up working out in her favor. Bruce, that would be correct. She's actually right behind me, currently practicing on one of the two warm-up tables we have up here on the stage. If you haven't been to this event yet, we have 8 tables set up on the main floor. There is a massive stage that all of the production is set up on the front. And then behind the curtains is 2 warm-up tables for all the players, plus a player lounge. Very nice setup here by the WPA and the WPBA to make sure that the players come first. Sophia and her opponent, Katerina, are both practicing behind me. Alright, I do like attacking the 9 first, trying to run up into the 4. She chose to keep the angle wide. I can't say I fault her. I don't think that there is any danger with bringing the cue ball closer to the work, but I will never fault a player for taking the safe route, especially when they're on the hill in a world championship. Alright. Pro level's back. I haven't seen you since yesterday. Yeah, guys, we don't have time for bigotry anywhere near here. This entire tournament is about respecting and appreciating all the players that have traveled from across the world to come to this one location and compete for the highest honor in 8-ball on the women's game. So, whatever we can do to make the environment conducive for the players, the people watching, and the commentary is always going to come first. Alright, she's come up short. There is no real option to jump. She would have to land directly on the 11. Bruce, incorrect, sir. She will be on this table next. Not to call you out by name, but pro level, we really appreciate that, sir. I mean, sir or ma'am, not exactly sure. Hopefully I didn't offend anybody with that. We have done everything we can. I know we were having a little bit of issues on this table with the camera glitching. We've gotten that solved. After play completes tonight, I'm going to be here personally for at least 5 to 6 hours, setting up a couple more cameras on this table. At least 1, if not 2 or 3. Yeah, this will be my first time getting to be on the call for a Sophia masked pink dagger performance. I'm actually kind of excited. I've met her a couple times in passing, never really had a chance to sit down and talk to her, but such a sweet girl. I got to commentate for a match for Savannah Easton earlier for the first time as well, and that was nice. It wasn't the result she was hoping for, but a couple small mistakes in a tournament like this, and that can mean the difference in everything. Wow, what a shot. You deserve a little bit of a reward there, Naomi. Does she jump? She does have a jump cue. What a shot. What a great shot to close out the match. Two outstanding players battling it out on the B side. Ended with a captivating shot. All right, everybody, stay tuned. I am going to shut the stream down and turn it right back on, probably not even 2 minutes later. So I will be right back with you. Next up on the stream table, we've got Sophia Mast, and she will be playing against Katerina. So we will be right back, guys.